Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syahmi bin MAHADZIR, and our group going to present about survey of time spent on games and CGPA result, supervised by Dr. Norzaliza binti Muhammad Nur. This is our group member Muhammad HAFIZ, FARUQI, AHMAD, HAKIMI, SOFWAN, myself Syahmi and our brother Muhammad AFIQ. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys about our introduction. We are wondering about this question a lot. Are there any differences in academic performance between IIUM students who spend time playing video games and those who don't? Our objective is to study the relationship between games and game status and CGPA results. Our situation is students have various reasons for playing video games, but the most important thing is how they spend their time playing video games. Now, I'm going to talk about our problem statement. Currently, we are wondering if students spend a lot of time playing video games. Will it affect their academic performance, which the system that we use, CGPA? Some people might think that playing video games current stress relief for them after have done all the assignment, quizzes and tests, but they still have to focus for their final examination, which will affect their last grade, thus affecting their CGPA throughout their semester. Therefore, we want to see also if there any big or small difference between gamers and non-gamers to their CGPA to conclude these problems. Now, I'm going to pass the hypothesis to our brother Ahmad Hakimi. Thank you.
So, for our hypothesis, we expect that there are a negative correlation between the amount of time students playing video games and also their academic performance, which is reflected to the CGPA pointer. So we believe that students who spend excessive amount of time playing video games tend to experience a decline in ability to perform well in the exam and also tend to have a lower CGPA pointer. So to support the hypothesis, we collect data through survey and then we ask them for about their video habits and also their study time. And then we also considered such a various factor outside our topic. For example, the study habits, time management, and also some personal motivation. And then, after analyzing, and the pattern seems to align with our hypothesis, and we found that the report that students who spending a significant time amount of playing video games tend to have a lower CGPA to compare from students who did not play video games much. So, however, it's essential to acknowledge that the correlation does not necessarily imply a causation because while our findings suggest a negative correlation between the video game and also the academic performance, we cannot definitely conclude that video games directly cause a poor academic result because there are some other factors, underlying factors such as time management and also maybe some study hours that contribute to this relationship. So this is it. From the hypothesis proposes that a negative correlation between excessive video games and also the academic performance and the performance is reflected by CGPA. So for the hypothesis. So in the form of method, we collect the Google form. So we spread the name of our Google form to the IM student only because we have the same schedule. Not the class schedule, but for some reason we have the same schedule and the same understanding. So only the IM student only we collect the data, and then alhamdulillah we collect like 103 respondents, and then after finishing collecting the respondents, we have 103 respondents. We them to two groups, which is the gamer and also the non-gamers. Once data was collected, we employ the expression statistic to test our hypothesis, and this statistic will allow us to make inferences, and also we can draw our conclusion about relative information based on the smaller sample that we collect. And then we aim to investigate the relationship between the game habits and also the CGPA result. To access the variability or the spread out of the data, we calculate the variance and also the standard deviation. So this measure is both standard deviation and also variance that provide dispersion of data points and help us to understand the range of CGPA. And then we applied the Chebyshev theorem to implement this relationship between the hypothesis and the data. So basically, what is Chebyshev theorem is allows us to determine the proportion of data point falling between the specified number of standard deviation from the mean. And by applying also the Chebyshev theorem, we can investigate whether there is a significant difference between in CGPA between the gamer and also the non-gamer. So for the method. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad bin Abdul Latif, metric number 2228641, and today I will be presenting the analysis on category for gamer and non-gamer with CGPA. So if you look into the diagram here, the x-axis for the diagram will be the student's CGPA, and y-axis will be number of students. The green bar of the bar diagram will be presenting the gamer, and the red bar will be presenting the non-gamer. So if you look into this diagram, between 0 to 1.99 CGPA, the bar will be equally in terms with each other, and for 2 to 2.49 CGPA, only gamer bar is presented. That is because our data does not spread enough for non-gamer values to be added there. And then for the next one will be 2.5 to 2.99 CGPA. Also only gamer data is presented on the diagram. So for the 3 to 3.49, the number of student gamer is more than non-gamer, and it is shown that the CGPA for gamer compared to non-gamer is large. It's the same with 3.5 to 4.00 CGPA. This concludes that the number of students for non-gamer is low, but for gamer is high, so the data we have is not spread enough to have a more accurate analysis for bar diagram. So we'll move next to the central tendency of comparison for gamer and non-gamer. So to start with the gamer, the mean for CGPA for their CGPA is 3.25. The model class for the high CGPA the gamer have is 3 to 3.49 CGPA, and for the mode that is the highest will be 3.25. The standard deviation of the central tendency is 0.048, and the data is skewed to the left. For non-gamer, the mean of their CGPA is 3.37. The model class is 3 to 3.49 CGPA, and the mode is 3.25. The standard deviation is 0.382, and the data is also skewed to the left. I think that is all from me, and I will pass the floor.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is SOFWAN bin ALIZA, and I will continue the slide presentation with the analysis on the relationship between missed class or submitting assignment late between IIUM students. So as you can see here, there are two pictures. They are from the survey with the question of have you missed class or submit assignment late. So the majority of the gamer answer no, while 38.8% of the gamers say yes, they have missed class or submit assignment late, and the other 11.8% answer maybe, probably because they don't remember whether they have done it or not. And as for the non-gamer, the majority of the non-gamer answer no, they have not missed class or submit assignment late, while 5.6% non-gamer answer yes, and another 11.1% answer maybe. Moving on to the next slide, this is the histogram of our survey between the gamer and non-gamer who miss assignment and class with their GPA. And as you can see, the data is skewed to the left, and the blue one, the light blue, the turquoise, is the gamer, and the dark blue is the non-gamer. So the reason why the non-gamer is so low, because most of the survey was answered by gamer, while non-gamer only has like 20% of the survey. For the final slide of my part, I will present the central tendency comparison between the gamer and non-gamer, and this is based on the survey answer. And as you can see, for the gamer part, the mean is 3.02. It belongs to the middle class of 3.00 until 3.49. The mode is 3.25, while the standard deviation is 0.59. The data is skewed to the left, while the non-gamer, the mean is 2.87. The model class is 2.50 until 2.99, while the mode is 3.749, and the standard deviation is 0.75, and the data is skewed to the left. So that's all for my part. I will give it to the next presenter. Thank you very much.
Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad HAFIZ FARUQI bin SAIFUDDIN. My metric number is 2217241. So I will present to you about the final analysis, which is the limitation and weakness. First of all, the correlation coefficient between the variable, which is the video game usage, and the student's academic performance is close to 0, which means that there is no strong relationship between this video game usage and the academic performance. It is because there is actually the main limitation for this, which is the imbalanced data, which we have a large numbers of gamers compared to non-gamers, which may influence the result and the limits of the findings. Besides, the lack of variable other than the usage video game may affect the result of understanding this relationship, because there are other variables that need to be focused on, such as study habits, sleep patterns, and personal motivation. This could also influence the academic performance for the student. So now we move on to the conclusion. The conclusion is the hypothesis that there is a negative correlation between students who spend too much playing video games and their academic performance have been proven incorrect, because it is proven by the data calculation. It did not provide evidence to support this hypothesis. However, it is important to note that the imbalanced data with a larger number of gamers compared to the non-gamers may have influenced the results and limited the findings. So we make the conclusion about this. We did not find sufficient evidence to support the hypothesis of the negative correlation between video game usage and the academic performance among IIUM students. There is a need of further research or studies to explore the relationship, as the imbalance of data with the higher percentage of gamers validates that it need more and larger sample to balance it. So now we move on to the suggestion. Therefore, for the future studies, we will consider this. We in need of balanced data, which means we recommend to collect a balanced data set with equal representation of gamers and non-gamers to provide a more accurate understanding of the relationship between video game usage and the academic performance. Besides, the additional variable, which is try reconsider the other related variable that may influence the academic performance, such as study habits, sleep patterns, and personal motivation. This might provide more understanding of the relationship between video game and academic performance. Therefore, this is it about our project about the relationship between the video game users and the academic performance of IIUM student. That's all from us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.